What's up, guys? Blaney Talks here, back with another episode of Paint Your Feelings. That is the new official name. We're out here. We're just going to paint a little bit. We're going to talk about our feelings. I'm here with my good friend Ethan. He's been my friend for a couple of years now, and we've grown closer and closer in recent years. And I'm just excited to have him on. It's a long-awaited episode. A lot of people are dying to see this episode. So if you're here, just feel just feel like you're blessed. You're about to witness greatness. And so that's a little bit of the intro. Do you want to introduce yourself, what you are? What's your name, what you do?
I'm Etho, also known as Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have much to say besides thank you for having me.
Of course. We're out here, and it's the first few episodes, so I got to continue with my mission statement, why we do this, what we do it for, what's the reasoning, and I'm sure you've heard it. You've watched a few episodes, a little bit of them here and there, regardless. So for me, us being out here painting on this canvas is about us being able to express our feelings, and it's. I know that might sound a little cliche, but I find that sometimes rappers can rap about things that they can't really talk about. Painters can paint about things that they can't really talk about, and just having a form of creation to express things that you can't verbalize is important. And so, yeah, that's why we're out here. I mean, I'll extend on that a little bit. I think I could have used something like this during some parts of my life whenever I felt really alone, where I was like, oh, I'm the only one that feels like I'm going through something. It's poor me. It's just the end of the world, and I don't see myself getting out of this hole. I feel like I don't have a lot of options, and nobody's going through something similar that I'm going through. When in all actuality, everyone has struggles, day-to-day struggles that most people don't wind up talking about. And, I think it would just be better if not only we had more people to talk to, that's what we're kind of encouraging here, but also more ways to express those feelings. And so...
And getting outside.
Yeah, that's a big part of it too. Rich was here for the first episode. Cameraman, go-to cameraman, let's give a round of applause for him. He's out here on his day off, Sunday morning. Could you imagine your friend calls you and he's like, hey, can you wake up for 11:30 on a Sunday morning and come film this shit?
I'd say hell no.
Hell no, but he's out here and he's doing it for the love of the game, And so yeah, that's a really big part of it, is being outside. People go, why are you filming outside? And it's like, for me personally, and it may not be like this for everyone, going on a walk outside or just breathing in some fresh air, being around trees, being around grass and nature, no matter what, if I just failed a test or my dog just died, to go extreme, to say I'm arguing with my girlfriend, a walk outside through whatever, 10-minute walk, 15-minute walk, will always boost my mood, no matter what. It'll always make me feel a little bit better. And so, yeah.
To put it simply, I'm into video games, and I stay inside and play video games a lot. And my aunt, she used to come in and see me playing games, and she'd open up the curtains to the window, and she'd point outside, and she'd say, Ethan, there's life outside.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's true. There's life outside. Everything happy and sweet and nice is outside.
Yep, that's where it starts, We were once creatures that lived outside 24/7, pretty much.
Yeah.
And now, as time goes on, we're getting outside less and less. And so that's definitely a big part of it, is like promoting that sort of thing. And so there's a lot of moving doors here. It's not just let's paint a little bit, let's talk about our feelings, but let's also get outside and feel that fresh air. It's really just about encouraging people. It's about having some sort of positive impact on your life. That's what this is all about. Just being positive in general. And that's what it's been for me from the beginning, is just like a way for me creatively to express myself. And so let's get some paint on these canvases and continue. So most people get on here and they think, well, I don't know what I'm going to paint. All right? Do you feel like that right now? You're like, what the fuck am I going to do?
No, I was about to ask you, what are you about to paint?
I'm
Or do you have any idea?
No idea. I just start with a few lines.
I have some idea what I want to paint.
Yeah, some people come on with a plan. Some, like, whenever Hayden came on, he was like, bruh, I do not know how to paint, bruh. Everyone's going to be flaming me in the comments. And out of all of the videos, I mean, he drew his own art. It was like a fucking car, just like a box car, you know, that you used to draw in like 5th grade. And out of all of the videos, there's only one person that commented, "Let me get that painting," and it was on his video. So
really?
Yeah, it was I think Gavin, if that name rings a bell.
Someone did a good one that I was the strong guy.
The strong guy, Meow James. Meow James.
Tank top and long hair. For Devin.
Yeah.
Devin's painting was fire.
What? It was. I mean, it was cool. It was exactly what it was supposed to be.
It was like abstract kind of.
Yeah, it was abstract. Definitely abstract. So yeah. So what I like to do with all the guests is really ask them. You know, we're still in the introduction phase, right? And so what I like to do is ask some general questions. One of those questions being, if you had to describe your existence in 3 words, which is like kind of quick to throw on someone.
Sure.
What would it be? You know.
My existence in 3 words.
And I'll give you an example. Mine was thinker, yapper, and I forget what the last one was. Some bullshit. But
It's definitely a yapper.
definitely yapper.
My existence in 3 words.
And I want you to go in depth with it, though, too, a little bit. Explain what it is, you know. You could just start with one.
The first thing that comes to mind, I want to say creative.
Creative.
But that's really only because, like, I like to make music.
Yeah.
Besides that, I don't know how far I can go to say I'm creative.
I think that's all you need to say you're creative.
Sure,
Some
yeah.
form of creation, you know. That, and honestly, I look at you and I see you as one of the more creative people that I know.
Oh, well, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, it's just you are in that fucking, you're grinding every day, creating. What do you create?
Music. I make music.
Yeah, and you want to talk about that process, what it means to you, and
Yeah, well,
that's what we're all about over here.
I've been doing it since I was 17. I'm now 21.
Yeah.
My brother and my brother's friend are the 2 people that showed me, you know, the basics, the fundamentals. I do it on, I produce sort of just like hip hop beats. Sometimes, you know, I'll like rap or sing on them.
Mm-hmm.
But I mainly enjoy just the process of, you know, making something and then listening back to it, or maybe if it's art, you know, you look back on it and then you just kind of, you know, you created that. So it's kind of special to be like, oh, that's your creation. That's your own thing that you made.
Yeah. And what do you think about, do you think there's any validity to what I'm saying about, like, sort of, you can paint your feelings? Do you feel like it's a form of, like, therapy, in a sense?
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. It could be a form of therapy.
Like, therapeutic in a way?
Yeah, no, definitely.
What about for you? Like, what about you're in a bad mood and you...
It's definitely a great way to get your feelings out of you without, like, you know, I guess you could write it down or something. I guess in the process of writing down lyrics, you're writing it down. But even whenever you're just making the track behind the lyrics, you know, the beats or whatever, the song, you know, you're putting your feelings into that, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's like it's just a way of expressing yourself, and you know, that's expressing yourself is very therapeutic.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I think that's exactly, yeah.
And it's really nice to do with other people too.
Yeah.
Because you kind of get a sense of who they are beyond just what they tell you.
Well, yeah, I think that's really, that's a smart way to view it. I never thought about it like that. Like, you can actually see what people are about through what they create, you know? And, damn, what does that mean about me, considering the fucking songs that I dropped recently? Fuck.
Yeah, you make some dark songs, but I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I think
I've made dark songs from time to time.
Right. I think there is validity to it. Like, you could see what people are about, but at the same time, you know, when do you say, oh, well, this is just something? Oh,
yeah. I mean, there's plenty of times where you can make goofy songs where it's like, you know, you're expressing the goofy part of yourself.
Right.
And
yeah.
there's times where you can make very thoughtful songs where it's, you're expressing a vulnerable part of yourself.
Regardless, it is always a form of expression. Like even if it doesn't feel like very thought out and planned, and if you're like just in there just kind of messing around, it's still like you're expressing yourself. Like you're saying, expressing the goofy side of yourself. And so that's what we're all about over here. And so you said, what did you say, creative? Do you think you've gone into enough depth about that? I'd say so. What about a second word? Do you have anything else that comes to mind?
I like to think of myself as a little witty.
Witty?
I like to think of myself. Sometimes I can be quick on my feet. Sometimes I get stumped.
Yeah.
But it's funny to kind of like mess with people and like just get a reaction out of them.
You're a button pusher, or
I'm a button pusher. I definitely would say that.
Yeah. I could see that, being your friend for as long as I have been.
I would go as far to say as I'm a bit of a troll.
Troll, yeah. I could see that. That's a great word to use. I think if anyone said, it would be a fine competition between you and Ricky. And
Ricky,
so
yeah. Well, I spend a lot of time with Ricky, so he kind of influences me, and I influence him.
Right. I think y'all bounce off of each other, and being around both of them at the same time, let me tell you, it's something. It's something you have to see or have to experience. I can't really describe it in words, but let's just say there's a lot going on in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Sometimes it's a lot to handle, when you're getting bashed a little bit.
Yep.
But that's all it is, just being bashful.
Bashing your homies, preying on their downfall. That's all we do around here. Like hating, just love, rage baiting.
That's definitely, I would describe it that way.
Yeah, definitely. And so, where do you think that wittiness comes from? That's a hard question to.
No, that's actually easy for me to answer. It definitely comes from my family, specifically my brother and my dad and my grandfather. They are very quick on their feet, and they're probably the 3 funniest people I know.
Right. So
and them teasing me and getting a reaction out of me has just led to me doing the same thing to other people.
Yeah, well, that's how it comes. I think I could describe myself in that way too, and it comes from my brother, who was a troll growing up too. Just always. If you have a big brother, you know how it is. Yeah, it's that simple. Yeah. They'll toughen you up mentally. Not necessarily beating on you and shit. I mean, but yeah, all of that.
I've definitely gotten beaten on by my brother, that's for sure.
That's how it goes, but, that's part of it. That's part of the joy of having a brother. But, yeah, all right, so I'd say that's good for witty. So we got creative, witty, and, this goes right in the title. So someone's scrolling through.
Okay. Well, now that you say that, I kind of want to say something. I got to say something bad about myself, huh? Something that's.
No, what? Where's that coming from?
I can't make people think that I'm amazing or anything.
Creative? No, you make people think whatever they want, and they'll come watch this video.
Okay. I mean.
He said I got to say something bad about myself. I think that probably is something we could look into a little bit. That negative self-talk. Okay. What's that all about?
I don't know.
All right, but what's the third word? It doesn't have to be bad. It just has to be a way to accurately describe yourself.
Yeah, Gaymer. Gaymer actually is right. That actually would be on the top of the list.
Right. So we'll do Gaymer, creative, and witty.
Yeah.
What do you think about gaming? Describe gaming.
I would go as far to say that I could be qualified to be addicted to gaming.
Okay. We're diving deep now. I think I've been there, and I remember growing up and thinking like, I played a lot of video games, and then I remember getting in like arguments with like girlfriends or not boyfriends. I never had a boyfriend, but girlfriends, family, whatever. Just like feeling like I didn't have shit for me. But then I would look and I'd be like, well, video games are always there. And that sounds so corny, that sounds so cliche.
No, it's not.
But it's like, you really have like a community of people, a community of friends whenever it comes to like, you hop on Discord every night and you fucking talk to them. And you know, even before Discord was like popular, I would get online, talk to my friends in party chat and Xbox. We used to game together back then, and it's like no matter what's going on in my life, video games can suck me out of it, and I think that's what it is for a lot of people.
You get to escape for a moment.
Yeah, and
kind of just fantasize.
Right. And so,
especially when you're playing like role-playing games, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. If you can really dive into those games, and I think as I've gotten older, it sort of has transitioned from like that sort of like escape whenever I need it to like what you're saying, an addiction, to where it's like I'm just doing this every day because I gotta almost. It's just like it's like instilled in me. It's so habitual at this point. I'm not even really playing games for the fun of it anymore and to escape. I guess it is still escape. I don't know. What do you think about that?
No, it definitely can. If you play it all the time, it becomes habitual. So you're just kind of, you know, when you feel bored, you're like, well, I guess I'm going to get on the game.
Yeah.
You know, it's like instinctual at that point.
Yeah. And so what do you think? What do you think about the statement, gaming is dead?
Oh, man. I think we're in an era where games just, you know, AAA companies, the big companies, the famous companies, they don't really put as much care into their games as they used to. Mm-hmm. They kind of care more about just the profit and the money of it. That's why you see these companies just recreating the same game with basically the same title, like Call of Duty. We got Call of Duty 11 out now or something like that. And Call of Duty was one of my favorite games. I don't play it anymore, but...
Do you think maybe games are still good, but because it's been this whatever, like it's turned into this addiction or, you know, whatever, this daily thing that we just kind of do.
Like maybe I've done it too much that I'm just not interested anymore.
Right, that it's lost its magic a little bit. You know?
Maybe, I mean, that's definitely part of it.
It's kind of like...
But I think there's definitely a lot of truth to saying that, you know, it's just not what it used to be.
Yeah, I could see that.
In the sense that, you know, people that are making games, you know, the big companies, they don't really care as much for the quality of their games.
Yeah, and that's kind of what happens with monopolies.
Yeah.
People that own the system kind of can do whatever they want with it with no repercussions because they have the most money and...
I mean, if they're making money, they're going to continue to do it. You know, if it works, it works.
Right.
You can't really blame them. But.
Yeah. But, you know, there is some saviors out there. There's a few indie games that come out and they're pretty bangers, you know. They're bangers. And so yeah. So this thing that used to be super, it seems like it used to be delightful at one point with the, you know, AAA companies were releasing good games. And now they're not, but you still probably play more now than you ever have, you know, or what do you think? Or same amount as it's gone on?
I don't know how to answer that. I think I wouldn't say I play it more now than I ever have, but yeah, I don't know how to answer that. I don't think I play it more now than I ever have.
Okay. But you're still playing it a lot, you know?
Yeah, I'm still playing games all the time.
And so it's not like, oh, the quality of game has gotten worse, so I'm going to play less. It's just kind of like the quality of game is worse, I'm just here.
Well, I'm kind of just replaying old games, you know, games that have came out years ago, or I'm just, you know, trying to make the best out of what I can with the games that we have. Obviously, I don't have much else to do. Like I said, I love games. But that doesn't mean that, you know, games haven't gotten worse.
Yeah, definitely.
Or haven't gotten, you know...
improved in certain ways.
Sure.
But yeah, okay, so we got 3 words, and we'll start off with Gaymer. Gaymer, creative, witty.
Yeah, witty, yeah.
So that's going to be the title of this. I think I was going to come up with a new name, because it's just been Paint Your Feelings, or something like that. I think I'm going to do... Or it would be like Blaney Talks and Paints. It's going to be Paint Therapy.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I liked the Paint Your Feelings. I like that.
Paint Your Feelings. Okay. Creative insight, whatever. All right. Well, fuck me then, I guess. I'm just the worst mother in the world.
You came up with both. So.
Yeah, I mean...
True. Anyways, so we're here. We're locked in. That's the intro out of the way. We're only 20 minutes in, so that means we have 40 minutes to continue.
Oh, I'm scared. I'm shivering.
now we're just kind of here, and so this is where we're kind of just off the rails. We can go any direction we want,
Sure.
and I'll try to keep a rein on it. But if we run off somewhere, we can do it for the next 40 minutes. We could talk about, I don't even know, like, when was the last time you cried?
We're diving straight into it.
Straight into it.
The last time I cried.
Yeah. Might be a slight disturbance on the microphone here. Fucking God did not like that question.
The last time I cried. I don't even really know. The last time I cried.
I know the last time I cried.
What? Tell me.
I was on the phone with this girl.
Oh no.
What? That's where a lot of my problems stem from. That's just kind of the story of my life, huh?
Okay.
It's not intentional. It's just where, I was on the phone with this girl, and she was like, yo, one of my friends called me up and said you're a slut and you're a fuckboy and blah, blah, blah. And so, like, I was getting accused of these things, and it was just very overwhelming. And it made me very anxious because I don't want that to be what I'm known as, especially by a love interest, someone that I see potential in, and that just really overwhelmed me. And so, I don't know, I cry easy. I'm kind of an emotional person. But after that, I was like, I'm too damn old for this shit. I gotta go. Just it's a fucking phone. I can put it down and just back away from it. And so you know what I did? I put the phone down and I went and I went for a run because I've been doing that, and I ran for 15 minutes. That's all it takes. Afterwards, I was like, okay, what was I tweaking about? Life is all right. Like, life is good even.
Yeah, you can't cry over a girl, man.
No, I mean,
I'm just kidding.
It's just I think I care about people's opinions a lot,
Sure.
Like, I don't care if anyone watches this and goes, oh my God, that's mega cringe. But
Yeah.
I care if people look at me and they think I'm not a good person for whatever. I want to be seen as a good person in everyone's eyes. I don't know what that is. And so a lot of my life has been like trying to be a good person. Holy shit, this guy's just talking about how he's a great guy. Yeah, I donate to the homeless, whatever. I shop from Goodwill and donate there too. But more so, I don't know. I don't know what that obsession comes from, sort of, like really deeply caring about what people think about my character specifically, not really my actions, but my character.
Well, sometimes you just got to please yourself. That's all I can really say.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to think about yourself. I mean, you got to find a balance between the two,
Yeah.
You can't only care about yourself or only care about what other people, want or need. You have your own wants and needs.
Yeah.
So you just have to find a balance.
So you gotta care about what people think and want, because you're a human living this life, and if you don't care about other people, then I've been thinking this recently. Do you think life would be worth living if there was no one else on Earth?
Maybe? I don't know.
To me, the answer is no every time, right?
I guess.
It's just, and because of that, because the answer is no every time for me, it's like kind of, I think it can sort of direct your intentions, if that makes sense. Sort of like, if that's true, if life wouldn't be worth living if no one else was around and it was just me on this lonely planet, then that must mean that caring about other people, or other people are the source of life, or source of like happy. Does that make sense? Am I kind of tying
Sure,
this together?
yeah. It depends what you mean by like by life. I mean, you wouldn't be able to socialize. You would have no sense of community. But I mean, I don't think that means that life wouldn't be worth living.
Really?
No, I mean, I don't know. I like to. I have to admit that I kind of like my alone time and being by myself. So
That is true.
It's, I don't know. It's hard to think about because I haven't really fathomed that before. I haven't really thought about what if no one else existed.
We'll chew on it for a little bit. If it comes to you, we'll continue from it. But yeah, for me, it's like, what the fuck would I even do? I mean, I guess it would be cool to
when
like
you
just
say
like.
that there's still like animals, right? Like I could still have a pet dog.
That's kind of
I
smart.
could still have some sort of companion. You know, I wouldn't be completely alone, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's an abstract concept that I haven't put too much thought into. But I don't know. I feel like the answer is no for me. I think everyone has their own.
I
like,
don't think my answer would be no.
But it would be right, and I respect that.
I would much prefer to have other people exist, but I wouldn't say life's not worth living without other people.
Do you think, in general, do you think more people are on, like, let's say that this is two sides to an argument? Do you think more people would sway your way or my way?
I guess your way.
Really?
I guess.
Do you think you're an outlier in that sense of?
Maybe.
It's hard to tell. What do you think, Ricky? Is life worth living if no one else exists?
I don't know. I think, let's say you were the only one alive and you could live, I think you'd still live. But
Sure, yeah.
Right.
living, like, I don't know. I think connection's like a big part of like existence.
Yeah, that's what I'm really getting at. Connection is a big part of existence.
But I also like alone time.
Right. I get that. You want to do a painting reveal, see where we're at right now?
Sure.
And do you want to say what you're painting yet, or do you want to keep
I think it might be clear. Actually, no, it's probably not.
I think I can tell what you're painting. That's cat ears, right?
Hold it up a little bit, Blaine. Okay.
Can you tell what it is, Rich?
Mountains?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good? All right, rock and roll. So we'll continue. And I got something freaky going on over here. I don't know what it is, but we're excited.
What in the world? Okay.
Okay. We're going to get some orange in there. All right, so, yeah, a little bit of abstract questions. How are you feeling today? Let's
I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I feel good. I feel good as well.
Nice. That's good to hear.
I'm out here. This is my favorite thing to do, you know? Whenever I do this, it's my favorite thing. This, playing soccer, going for a run. Huh?
How'd y'all meet and stuff?
How do we meet?
When was y'all's first impression with each other?
Oh, I hated him.
I hated him too. we both really disliked each other for a long time. The very first interaction, I was like, he was close friends with my two childhood best friends.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, ask Ethan if I could come hang out with y'all. Because we were like both really good friends with them.
I know where this is going.
But like we'd never met before. But I was like, they were like, yeah, we're going to Ethan's. It's super cool, blah, blah, blah. You should pull up. I was like, yeah, ask. And then they called me back. They're like, yeah, he said you can't pull up. That he don't fuck with you.
Well, I think there's a little bit of context behind it.
No, that's good. Go with the context.
I knew Blaine through video games, actually. I guess. They're like I think so, right?
I think this is like whenever we were like 12. We didn't really start playing video games until we were like 16.
I guess. I guess I don't remember then.
Yeah, I hold on to
I thought
things.
we played Fortnite before that happened.
It's hard
Maybe
to
not.
say. It's hard to say.
Not.
But why didn't you like me so much whenever we did play Fortnite together?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't really like anyone, to be honest.
That's valid. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure. I mean,
it's a pretty intense thing to say. You didn't like anyone. I mean, obviously you had your friends.
I don't mean that wholeheartedly. I kind of mean it jokingly. But
right.
I don't know. I rolled with my little crew, and I liked my little crew.
Yeah.
I kind of struggled like opening up to other people, I guess.
Yeah.
I felt safe where I was, you know. I didn't really feel the need to
branch out.
Yeah,
you had your good friends and you stuck with them. And
yeah.
What was he like back then?
What was Ethan like? What was I like?
Who's answering me?
You.
He was the same.
Pretty much, right?
Exact same.
I don't even remember what Ethan was like, to be honest.
I don't even remember what I was like back then.
I just remember playing video games with him and him being like, I'm the fucking best motherfucker.
That is true.
I'm so and he was fucking disgusting back then. It was nasty.
I was above average, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, you think he's good at video games now? He was a fucking beast back then.
Yeah. I was a beast with the sticks.
Yeah.
I was good on the controller.
Bruh, I miss the sticks. COD. Bruh, I respect that. I do. Yeah. So yeah, that's how we met. And since then, what did it take? It took us like, after that, we played video games on and off with each other for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And then one day, I don't even know how that happened. That's so crazy.
I think it was really because you got a PC, and I was mainly on PC at that time.
Yeah.
And Valorant was really big at that time, and everyone was playing it, including me and Lance. And Lance got you on, and I think that's when we really started playing together, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying, what about the first time we actually met in person?
I don't even remember that. Do you
I
remember
drove
that?
up to Baton Rouge.
Oh, is that the first time we met?
That was the first time.
Okay.
I was like, yo, bro, you want to chill? And I was like, I'm going to drive up to Baton Rouge to come fucking chill with you. And I was like, I'm bringing my PC. And
then we made the best song to ever be made.
Forever. Blaney and Ethan.
We're one-hit wonders.
No. That was peak. We haven't surpassed it. No, we have surpassed it.
No, we have.
But for a while, that's every time I would go to Ethan's house to record, it would be like, he'd be like, bruh, we just don't got that spark anymore. This is like 2 years after, where we've been recording like on and off for 2 years. Like we can't, like, we need to record something like forever. And that's just kind of his troll shit, you know? Kind of like Monka.
I'd be like, dude, do what you did on Forever, man.
and it's a good song, but there's more to come. So yeah.
Sure.
All right. So last time you cried, did you think of it?
Oh, I forgot about that.
It's okay if you can't remember. That's a valid answer too.
The last time I cried, I don't know. I really don't.
No, that's valid.
It's been a while.
It's hard to think about. But yeah, you said you're feeling good today, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you feel good every day?
No.
Not really?
No.
What defines a bad day and a good day in your eyes? If that makes sense. Like, what is it generally like? What makes a day good for you?
I guess what defines a good day for me? I guess without just taking the easy answer, which would be just like whatever day I'm happy.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's a good day for me?
Maybe whenever you make a banger song.
Sure.
But maybe it's not that.
Good day for me. I don't know.
Like a busy day or a chill day?
Probably a chill day. I like to be chill. I like, I'm a type of guy who likes to, whenever it's a rainy day, I like to stay home and just be in the comfort of my own home. I like to just
take it easy.
Relax. Whatever day I have to just relax, and the vibe is right.
Just no pressure to get shit done. Just kind of chill out,
sure.
Relax, and just kind of. And so I'm guessing a bad day would be like a day that you got to do a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, sure.
Speaking of, this is probably, how many times have I asked you to be on the pod?
More than once.
Probably like 6, 5, 4, something like that.
It's around there.
So nothing crazy, but this is something that's been not necessarily put off, but like Ethan didn't want to, is that, you think that's part of it? Like kind of you like your chill day?
I don't know if I have a lot to talk about. I don't know if I have a lot to say. I'm not a very interesting guy, I don't think.
I think you're super interesting, but
thanks.
Even with that being said, like even if you were an average guy, I think that's kind of what we kind of strive to achieve over here. Is like, I don't want to be interviewing like if like someone like famous came on or something like that. I don't think I'd want. I know like the exposure would be great, but for me, it's not going to be like who's the most interesting person I could have on. If anything, it's who's the most regular person I could have on.
Okay.
Because it
You
allows.
want some realness.
I want something that we're able to kind of like. A viewer is able to, relate to and
Sure.
kind of just like level with. And whenever, let's say I had like Playboy Cardi on, because that's a hot name, right? Right, Ricky? That's a hot name. I don't know. I just feel like it would just be so weird,
Yeah, you'd be talking to an irregular dude who lives an irregular life.
that has nothing that's relatable about
Yeah,
to anyone.
sure.
And so I think a big part of this is like just like having someone on that's like super relatable, and we can like kind of take a step back and be like, oh wow, other regular people have regular ass days or regular issues that that they're not afraid to talk about, and so yeah. What do you think your biggest goal for 2025 is?
My biggest goal for 2025.
And I asked that because I've been setting goals recently, and it's been really nice. That was what my last video was about. It was about just all these different goals I want to do, and I'll tell you some. I did like a short-term goal, a medium-term, and a long-term. So like run 4 days a week. Medium term was to do a book review, and
Okay.
long term was to get to 500 subs on YouTube. And so that's some of my goals, and I think it's super important to have goals. And it's all right if you don't, because I didn't really start having goals until very recently.
I think I've had the same goal for like maybe multiple years now, and it's really just to get better at making music.
Really?
That's kind of. I strive to get better at making music,
Okay. This is interesting, right?
and that'll probably be my goal for quite a while, at least as far as I can see.
Where's the light at the end of the tunnel? Like, where does that? When do you feel like?
Well, I don't think that it would ever end. I think I would always want to try and get better at making music. I don't think I'm ever going to be the best at making music.
But would that be the end if you were the best? Let's say hypothetically.
No, it wouldn't.
I think that makes you the
But
best.
that won't happen. But no, it wouldn't.
So it's more of a, it's like a goal that you'll never
Yeah, I'll never completely achieve, but I'll always be,
striving to do better. I respect
I'll
that.
always be achieving it in some way, partially, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Just always getting better every year. Fucking check Etho out on YouTube. He's got a few songs.
Yeah, whatever you do, quit watching this right now and go watch my YouTube channel.
I'll link it down below. If you made it this far, I love you. You can leave now. Honestly. But yeah, link it down below. Go tap in. It's beautiful stuff. And you heard it here first. It's only going to get better.
That's right.
He's only going to keep grinding. He's only going to get better. And I love that. I love that for us. Same thing here. Metal of Obsession out on YouTube.
Go
Stream
check out
it.
my YouTube channel, Shoe Nice. No, I'm just.
What is Shoe Nice?
You don't know Shoe Nice?
Mm-mm.
If you know, you know. That's all I can say.
Okay, respect. Ricky, what you doing? How do you feel, Ricky? Yeah. All right, so let me go to the phone here. I'm going to go to the secret vault and see if we can't get some questions, because I have general podcast questions, since it's getting a little stagnant here.
Sorry.
No, it's not on you. I've had to go to this every single pod. It happens every time. General. This is also my first time filming in a few months. Maybe we could address that. I've been.
You've been absent, man. Where have you been at?
I've been missing. I've been AFK, and really it's because I've been trying to film, and I haven't had a camera guy here, or I haven't had a guest there, and I haven't done this, and it's just been really hard to get people out here and also get myself out here whilst, one of my main priorities was releasing Metal of Obsession out on all platforms. And so, yeah, now we're here, and I intend to be more intentional with it, and I think there's a good break, but we're here. It's 2025. This is where we set and achieve all of our goals. Okay.
I'm ready. Shoot.
Okay. This might cut deep here. all right, I see some of the people I was with, and I look at them, or just like no, and I look at them so enviously because of the ambition that was instilled into them. My parents wanted me to achieve things, but it was mainly for my survival. Like, it wasn't for self-pleasure. Everything my parents did was for survival, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, talking about that, I don't know, I see, like, people around me that are achieving so much, and I'm like, I never once, like, it feels like they were so intentional with their life from even a young age, 16, 17.
Yeah.
They knew exactly what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
And
Nerds.
Yeah, nerds,
I'm
geeks.
just kidding.
But they knew exactly what they wanted to do from a young age. And I feel like I never knew what I wanted to do, and I still don't. And it's kind of like I'm just kind of floating. Whereas, like, who's to blame for that? Is that just me? Or I feel like what I was trying to get at is, like, I feel like my parents never encouraged me to sort of, like, seek that kind of, like, ambitious dreams. You know, it was like, do what you got to do, you know, and just don't get on track, don't fucking become an alcoholic, and you're fine, you know.
Do you think maybe they weren't trying to force anything on you?
I think so. I honestly just think they were super unintentional with it, you know. Like, whenever me as a father, as, you know, because I am that.
Congratulations.
Yes, Oliver's getting older, 16 months, 18 months, something like that.
How's it feel?
It's awesome. He's kind of at the age where he's sort of whining a lot.
He's a little rascal.
He's a little rascal. He threw away all of my shoes the other day. I had like 3 pairs of shoes, and he threw.
I'm like 298 months old.
298 months? That's not bad. What's the math on that? So you're like 10 times older than Oliver, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Maybe 11 times. I don't know if Oliver would.
Like 25 times old. He's 1 and I'm about to be 25.
Yeah.
But he's 1.5.
Oh shit. So yeah, it's like
It's more than 10.
I think it's like 12.
I don't know
Regardless,
math, but
let's get back into it. Somebody math check. Wait, I need to keep painting. Yeah. So, I think it was just they were super unintentional, and I think about what I want Oliver to do, and I think about what I want Oliver to think about, you know, and I think, man, I just want him to achieve whatever he wants to achieve. I want him to really just like be super ambitious. I want him, if he wants to fucking, I don't know, if he wants to be a rock star like his dad, I want him to do that, you know? And I don't want him to have any doubts. And
you don't want him to just get by and just get through life.
Right, exactly. I want him to be alive, you know, and I think
live for himself.
And I think that's what most people do. What do you think about that? I think most people are alive, but they're not living. And I know that's cliche, but
No, yeah.
we could talk about
A
it.
lot of people do shit for their parents, like go to college or like get a certain degree for their parents.
Yeah, Kenny talked about that a lot, you know, and he was like, and I asked him a very similar question, and he said something along the lines of like, as long as my family is proud of me, like, that's all that matters, you know, and like that's genuinely what drives him and causes him to be as ambitious as he is, you know, which respect to him, but I don't want Oliver to live for me. I want him to live for himself, you know, and it's interesting, but yeah.
Yeah, my parents were always like, you know, do what you want to do and, you know, do how you want to do it. So, I mean, I don't want to say I feel the opposite of maybe my parents treated me, but I think that they always encouraged me no matter what I wanted to do. So
They're always like, you could do that. And
yeah.
They're super supportive.
They were very supportive.
Well, that's awesome.
Which I'm very grateful for. I'm very lucky.
Yeah. And so, what do you think about people?
And I try to take advantage of it, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, right now your biggest focus is music, and you're fucking doing that. You're doing that full-heartedly, and I respect that. But so what do you think about people being alive but not living? Why do you think like people fall into that sort of thing? Because that's my biggest fear, is just kind of being complacent, you know?
Well, I think if you're given too much freedom, and I think I might, be a case of this. You're given too much freedom, and then you don't really do anything. But if you're too locked up and you're set on one specific path, then you don't get to experience other things. So it's another thing where you just have to find the balance.
Yeah, and
people struggle to find that balance.
Yeah. Do you think, for a long time I thought, like I look at my people around me, older people, and I think, wow, this guy really is okay with that mundane everyday thing, 9 to 5. And I look back, did they ever have those dreams? Did they ever have ambitions?
I'm sure they did, but they might have not had such great opportunities.
Really?
They might not have had the chance. I'm sure some people take a leap of faith and it doesn't go out well, so it's very risky to do that.
Yeah. I don't know. I just love to know those people that I see, if they ever actually did, because I think.
You think that they were just.
They just never.
They didn't even care to try and
I think
do something else. They just wanted to be mundane.
I think more often than not, I see people being okay with being comfortable. That's all that they care about, is being comfortable. It's just kind of,
sure,
how can I have the least stressful day? And if we're being completely honest, and this might sound like some red pilled push yourself kind of thing, but if we're being completely honest, if you're comfortable all the time, I don't think you're really growing much. I don't feel like you're achieving much. I think
that makes sense. You should definitely put yourself out of your comfort zone.
I think the most growth happens whenever you're uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Me and Kenan talked about this a
lot. I agree with that.
Yeah. And so 100%. Don't end up mundane, man. You, right there. Yes, you. Thomas. Go out there and achieve. Don't let anyone tell you not to.
Thomas is feeling really weird that you knew his name right now.
Because you owe it to yourself, and only to yourself. Alright, so do we do some rage baiting clips, some trolley clips?
If you want.
Alright, what was it? Clip farming?
Yeah.
How do we clip farm?
You gotta just say something really horrific.
Hot takes.
Yeah, you gotta say something really
No.
bad.
No.
You gotta
no
ruin your career right here.
Ruin it? No.
We're
Clip
doing
farming.
the Doe and L path.
Hot takes.
No, not the Doe and L path. The fucking conspiracy theory path.
Oh
Hey, talk about the new Playboy Cardi album.
no.
Music's dead.
No.
Who's your favorite artist right now?
Oh, right now?
This motherfucker's about to say someone from 2016. Music's not dead, but
Favorite artist right now?
yeah.
I don't know. I still listen to the same songs over and over again.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I listen to
anyone I say, it's gonna make me look stupid because you're right. I listen to the same stuff from 2016. The new Cardi album came out and I listened to it, skipped through it, and I was like, I'm about to put on some old Cardi.
Fuck. Do you think that it's gonna prohibit you from growing as a creative?
It could potentially, but
it doesn't matter. You're still making what's purest to yourself, or
sure, yeah.
I
don't think it's gonna prohibit me if I listen to, the music that I like.
True. I think maybe I'm thinking of intentionality with blowing up or something, or being in with the times. You do not care about that at all.
I don't really care about blowing up. Yeah, sure, that'd be awesome, but
yeah,
that's not why I make music.
Right.
I don't make music to get fame out of it or anything.
Fame or money or clout.
Yeah.
Or why do you make music?
It's just awesome. It's like you said, being able to express yourself is therapeutic, man. It's you get to put something out there that you couldn't describe in words. You know, like you couldn't. It's a part of you that you couldn't tell people about. You just have to show them.
That makes sense.
And I just love music, so I mean.
So it's just cool to be able to create it.
Yeah.
I have a question. Which earlier we were talking about how, you know, it wouldn't really matter if there was no one else on the earth. You would still think life is worth living.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever feel lonely?
Sure. Yeah.
When do you feel the most lonely?
The most lonely?
Yeah. Is that a hard question to answer?
No. I guess really, it's when I'm around a bunch of people that I don't relate to or that I don't understand, that I don't get. That would be kind of like how I would feel lonely.
Like okay, I get that. Like there's been times whenever I'm at the club, and then I'm just like looking at myself, and I'm like, what am I doing here? These people.
That's where I feel the least lonely because that's where I fit in.
Yeah,
right at the club.
Right at the club. Yeah, and I'm thinking to myself is like, why am I here? Like, I have so much shit that I need to that I want to do that this is just like it's prohibiting me from growing in those areas, you know. But I think being in those situations, uncomfortable situations, can also like teach you a lot about yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Too. So like being around those people that you don't really relate to, you learn more about yourself.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so you feel most alone. Wait, what is that for you though? I said mine is the club. Do you have an idea off the top of your head?
I don't really want to get political, but I just mean like really whenever I'm around people that are saying stuff that I just don't agree with.
Yeah. Politically.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be politically. It just I feel like the what I would go into would get political, but there's no point to do that.
Yeah, I get you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. What's the most exciting thing in your life right now?
That's hard. I don't have a lot of exciting stuff going on.
Why is that?
I don't know. I guess I'm not an exciting person.
Why do you think you're not an exciting person? I feel like you're one of the more interesting people that I know, and every time that we have a like down to earth conversation, I'm like really surprised because although it is hard for you to get there, I think you have some really interesting takes on a lot of stuff that I respect. You know what I mean? But if you convince yourself that you're not exciting and you convince yourself that you have nothing important to say, then it kind of...
I don't think I have nothing important to say. I just think that, like, I kind of haven't experienced enough for me to be able to say that, like, oh, I can think of the most exciting thing that's happened to me straight away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
Like,
it's just a tougher question.
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
I just don't really have an answer, I guess.
Okay, valid. All right, let me go back to the podcast questions. We need to lock in here. How do you feel about marijuana use in young guys? You know, young people.
How young?
We're saying high school to
no.
high school. 16, 15.
I can't condone that.
Really?
No.
What do you think? What do you think are some negative effects that could happen from a long-lasting marijuana use in young men?
Negative effects?
Yeah.
I think it fucks up your brain a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm no scientist, but
it's just not good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's, you shouldn't really be doing any drugs while your brain's still developing.
Your brain's developing until you're 26, though. So does that mean should we lay off of it until we're 26?
I think it's different whenever you're talking about like a 15-year-old and you're talking about like a 22-year-old. There's a little bit of a difference,
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think you have to wait until you're 27 to start drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
It's legal at 21, so.
And the government's always right about their laws.
It's like 16 in the UK, right?
18, I think.
No, I think it's 16.
I think 16 in Ireland, maybe.
No, I think it's 16 at UK.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
Could you imagine getting? I mean, I guess we all did it, right? Whenever we were 16.
Maybe, maybe not. I won't say.
New Orleans, yeah. I actually wrote a paper about how, like, in college, my freshman year of college, about how growing up in New Orleans is kind of like it's very common for young people to drink.
Stuff in high school.
Huh?
New Orleans, you like party like you're in college while you're in high school.
Yeah, it's very common for like drinking of underage people to be normalized. And I think that's why New Orleans, like, you see so many alcoholics, and maybe that's everywhere, but like I feel like everyone has an alcoholic in their family and has like someone that's like struggling with that down here. And I think it stems from like, oh, my mom said, hey mom, can you get me some beer? I'm going to the parade. And she's like, well, maybe I'll just get you a daiquiri, you know, like, you're going to the parade, I'll just buy you a daiquiri. And I'm like, okay, bet, let's do it. And so it's just kind of, not that my mom ever did that, but I've definitely seen other parents with their children do something very similar.
Yeah, like I'd rather you drink at home than out there.
Right, because it's going to happen regardless, you know. And so, you know, it's weird how it's super normalized for us. And I think it has some bad effects on the New Orleans population, our community. We need to ban alcohol.
I wouldn't go that far.
Ban alcohol.
You'd have a lot of protests if that happened.
I think for the first time ever, the number of daily marijuana users surpassed the number of daily alcohol drinkers, like 2 weeks ago. Isn't that insane?
Not really.
In the United States. I mean, it's just crazy to think about. Like, that's the first time it's ever happened. In the United States, at least. Holy shrimp. It's time it's time to clip farm.
This is a real boring episode, huh?
No, it's stagnant. We're here, we're breathing in air, that's all that matters. Wait, I need more red in this.
That means the painting's got a bang.
That means the painting's got a bang.
I'm working on it.
We're getting late in the episode here. We're at 58 minutes. And so it's coming to a wrap. Oh my god.
Finally.
Wait.
What happened?
Yeah, you see that? They twerking. Oh, what the? They twerking.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right, guys.
Rich is still looking for it.
Where they at? Where they at?
Like, cut that part.
No. Oh fuck. All right. Do we conclude it here?
Sure, why not?
All right. Let's wrap it up. Any final thoughts? Anything you want to say?
Subscribe, like, and comment.
Comment.
Blaney Talks and Blaney Boy.
Blaney Talks.
Blaney Talks. Don't you have another channel?
No, just Blaney Talks.
Okay. Blaney Talks.
All right, and we're gonna show the paintings. And we're here.
Oh, yeah, that's actually good.
And we do a handshake.
I like yours.
Thank you. It's honestly the first time I never filled the canvas up completely with paint. And so, you know, kiss your mother today. Kiss your brother. Kiss your family. Kiss your homie.
No.
All right, that's it.